Today we're playing as Egbert, a lowly citizen of Landia with big hopes and big dreams, which is becoming a crusader and establishing the first Templar order. Now this story begins in one of the major cities of Landia, Sargon. Oh, here we are. Let's go into Sargon and sell what we don't need. Start with a spiked mace. I'm not a huge fan of that. We're gonna sell a horse. One needed in the beginning. We might take the iron arming sword. After selling what we don't need, I also buy some food to level up stewardship for early game, as having high stewardship will allow you to command more troops. We then hire our first units, which are 3 squires and 3 volunteers. Okay, recruit our first troops. We got 3 squires and 3 recruits. These squires turn into banner knights, and we're going to turn these recruits into vanguards and get our Templar order in action. That's our goal. We then leave Sargon and visit the nearby villages to recruit more units, as we're gonna need an army if we're gonna protect these sacred lands. Speaking about protecting these sacred lands, it doesn't take that long until we find some filthy looters, and of course we're gonna engage them in battle. What kind of weaponry? Well, I like the shields. Look at those crusader shields. We got pickaxes. Okay. Pickaxe. Oh, that's a hatchet. No, that's a pickaxe. That's a hatchet. So we got, like, not the best weapons. Our infantry is not the best, but I still think we have a chance. We got a bit of a pike. We got a mace. See what we can do. Okay, boys, are we ready? Hopefully our volunteers are better than their looters. Hopefully this goes well. Well, this is really bad. It was quickly very obvious that our recruits were not the best. The looters themselves even had better equipment than we did. And so it was up to me and the cavalry, and it seemed pretty bleak, I gotta be honest. Not long after we fall in battle, the cavalry retreats. And our first battle is a loss. Yeah, that's a loss, sadly. So we retreat back to Galland. Not long after, we reinforce our numbers back up, and we try yet again. 12 versus 16. Hopefully this time it'll be a victory. Maybe it would be better if we had a shield wall? I don't know. Honestly, do not know. If our horses can take down like 2 of them, 3 of them, then that alone would help us a lot. We have 1 footman, so I'm just hoping that he can carry. I'm just gonna sit in the back and use a little pike. Is that blood or is it a... Okay, it's his jacket. I thought he was already like almost dead. It was also here that I realized just how many two-handed weapons the looters actually have. A lot of them run around with two-handed hoes. You might be thinking, it's just a hoe. What can it do? The thing is, whenever the hoe hits the shield of any of our units, it staggers them, and they actually take damage, which means that other looters around them will have an easier time getting through our allies' blocks. And that's why our recruits really struggle to hold their own. And so again, we were beaten and we return back to Galland. And we're out of money. So I decided to sell everything that we have on our civilian section and also sell the mace, since I wasn't going to use the mace either way. And finally, after a day, we have reinforced our numbers again, and we're back to 21, a little bit higher. And we find 12 looters, and this time it better be revenge for us. There we go, 12 looters. This should be doable. A rock to the head. Okay, nice. Our first victory, finally. We had our first victory, finally. Now I wanted to test our units against some more meatier, hardier brigands. So I looked for some suitors, and it didn't take that long until we find 9 of them. And so, as the new order of the Templars, it is our duty to remove these heretics from these lands. Ooh, we had fallen in battle by a nice throw of one of these pagans. But didn't matter, our group would clean up, and they did so. And so it was yet another victory. And so we go back to Proven, and we of course sell some of the loot that we have gathered so far, and I also get a shield, because I feel like we kinda need a shield. I also upgrade some of our units into 6 Vlandian footmen, as having only recruits I felt like would hold us back, as they are really bad. Then decided to attack 25 looters. If this would be a victory, it would be huge, it would mean a lot to us. So we went into battle. Oh, head fell off. This is not good. We're losing again to looters. Our footmen had lost again, but our cavalry was able to pull through. And it was still a victory, but we had major losses. Then I realized for a third loss and a third time that recruits are really bad. But I wouldn't give up on our boys, because one day they will be proper Templar brothers. And so I recruit our units back up, upgrade some of them to footmen, and we go and attack these pagans again and see what we can do. Now the smart thing to do here, since we have the number advantage, is to hold a shield wall, and you from behind, whoever has a spear, should pick off the enemy. And I do the exact opposite and open the shield wall when the troops engage. I don't know why I did this, who knows. Holy, you're tanky. Our infantry wins, and I fall in battle, and I think that's just. I think that's called karma. But if we had held the shield wall, I believe we would have had less losses. But hey, it's a win, but maybe you can learn from my mistakes. Ooh, a Norse Yarmunbu. We can't wear pagan armor. Guys, we cannot wear pagan armor. Now, after a few days of killing these pagans, we also reach clan tier 1, which is wonderful. And also decide to hire some companions, because we have the spare money to do so, and having companions can really help out in fights or just for tasks that you need to do. After they join us, we also gear them up and give them some better clothing and some weaponry. After this, we go straight to Oxhall, where we find a very nice tournament. And so of course I'm gonna join to try and win the Western Padded Shortcoat over Hauberk. It's pretty good. We'll fight for that. Got a little butter knife. Hopefully we can do something here. Okay. Butter knife as our secondary. We are red. Let's remember that. Oh. There we go. A little bit of extra bullying. That was a bad hit. A bang right there. There we go. And a 1v1 with a billhook. Hopefully we don't lose this. I don't want to lose this. But pilgrims can be scary, you know. I'm a Templar. I'm supposed to protect you, but this is just a tournament. I'm sorry, pilgrim. There's words. Fighting another pilgrim again. Sorry, my pilgrim. I need this more than you do. You're a pilgrim. You don't do much. I need this more than you. Please understand. Thank you. Let's go. Look at that. Very nice. After that glorious win, we find a bunch of bandits being disorganized after taking down a caravan. And so, of course, as the Templar Order, we have to restore stability to these lands so these civilians can trade and do their daily business. And so it's our job to take these brigands down. Little disruption. Go, horses! Cavalry, get in there. Disrupt those little bitches.
Infantry! At them! Shoot!
Our sword is not the best. Oh! Damn! After our glorious victory, we find that our boys are ready for a well-needed promotion. Okay, I think here we should do the big thing. We should upgrade all of our footmen into light cavalry and upgrade our squires into Vlandian gallants. Now we have pretty proper units. We have a lot of cavalry. We used up pretty much all the horses we bought earlier, but now we're pretty hefty. Pretty difficult to deal with. Now all I need is a horse as well. Having now the Templar Order find its proper footing, we also engage 52 Sea Raiders, and it's time to see how our new cavalry can fare against these pagan brigands. If this ends in a loss, we will lose all the cavalry that we spent so long upgrading. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait until they get into the valley. When they get into the valley over here, then we'll charge. Let's get our horses a little bit further up. When the enemy goes into the valley, we'll go and smash them to pieces. Hopefully, though, our cavalry will be able to smash them to pieces. If not, then I don't know what to do. They don't have a horse yet, so I can't really help. You know? Next to me, we just have some recruits. And these guys definitely cannot do anything against the Sea Raiders if they can't even kill a looter. So... Oh, it's not a valley. Okay, shit. We'll just go then. Go. Oh, we're gonna lose so many units. Oh. At least we got first blood, I guess, right? We got first blood. Okay, we'll just stand here and we'll hold our ground. Go, pull a little bit back, pull a little bit back. Give the cavalry enough room and space to deal with the enemy. And charge at them. Come on, let me get a little peek. Oh, that axe hurts. This is going a lot better than I thought it would. But the enemy doesn't have a lot of Sea Raider bosses. They have a lot of normal Sea Raiders. Ew. Let's help our guy over here. Oh. They're running. Get him! It's a miss! Damn, we won though. Only 6 losses? We were able to get a quite surprising victory. Even though the Sea Raiders have a lot of spears and our cavalry only have swords, it seems like just pure cavalry was too much for the Sea Raiders to handle. And so we got an extremely decisive victory, which I was super happy with. And of course we got a lot of gear, so the first thing I do is head back to one of the major cities and sell the gear. Then I buy some well-deserved gear for myself. Look at that. Look at our shield. We're looking like a Templar. Let's go. All right, we're looking pretty schmexy right here. Wish I had a better one-handed, but we'll try to use the spear as much as possible, of course. Because we'll just keep farming Series. I mean, we're already halfway to Clan Tier 2. Actually, let me talk to... There's a lord over here, Elduran. We'll talk to Elduran and see if we can join as a... We'll then talk to Elduran, who is one of Valandia's nobles, and asked if they needed mercenaries, and of course if they would pay us. But they didn't want to hire us, as in their words, they didn't need it. And so I just head back and do what we do best. This time against another big brigand group. 66 versus 58 of these pagans. My Templar brothers. We will rid these pagans, these heretics from these lands. Get ready, brothers. We're going into battle. Deus Vult.
Warriors, attack!
You as well, little boys. Get in there. Yeah. Ooh. 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 Get them, brothers. Nice. Look at that. We only had 5 deaths, 2 gallons, and 3 light cavalry. I myself also got 22 kills, which was quite surprising. We also got a nice reinforced male hauberk, which we gave to one of our companions. And after this, we continued to farm Searators, to purge these heretics from these lands, and help our civilians do their daily jobs and daily duties in peace. And it seems like somewhere along the road, this Templar thing really started to set in, and I even started speaking Latin. Post tenebra lux, morituri te salutant, virtute et armis, des vult. Quite impressive. After many days of killing these pagans, I thought that the Templar Order might be worthy enough for a marriage, and so we talked to the Baroness Calateld, and we asked to marry Sylvand, and I think we were so worthy that we got a great discount. Because the marriage only costed 14k, which is the cheapest I have ever seen a marriage be in this game. So that caught me quite by surprise. I think some of my Latin work kinda paid off. And after marrying Sylvand, we had also reached Clan Tier 2. We were starting to climb through the ranks of power quite fast, as it's only the 19th of winter, 1084. And at this point I also realized something quite funny. Oh my god, the Vlandians took this? It's time that we join the Vlandians. Send message to Dirthet, we don't have time. It seems like the whole world was at war against the Western Empire, and so I took this as a cue to join the Vlandians ourselves. We are of course Clan Tier 2, which allows us to be a vassal, and so the Templar Order will fight for the Vlandians, for God, for peace and prosperity for all civilians and pilgrims, so they can fulfill their religious needs. We need to level up our troops so we can help in the war, come on! Come on, we need to level up our troops. We need to help out. Well, yeah, just because we're a vassal and we joined the war doesn't mean that we're ready. We had over 30 new units who were only recruits. We can't bring them into war. They can't even kill looterers. They're voting for Veron Castle. Oh, they're giving it to us. The first castle of the Templars. Veron Castle. I don't know where Veron is. Right there. Oh, in the middle of all our enemies. Okay. I mean, we'll take it. It's not like we have a choice. We'll be grateful. We'll be grateful. We got our first castle, and after getting our first castle, it seemed like we were also going to get our second castle. New owner for Thractoray Castle? We're also getting Thractoray Castle? I'll take it. Charity to the Templars, we will not forget. Guarantor has been taken. Election has started. You can give those. You can give that to us as well. You should give that to us as well. Yeah. We're not even in the war. We're not even doing anything. I'm like leveling up our troops. I'm leveling up our Templars. Our Templar brothers. And they're just giving us free cash. The Vlandians were being quite generous to us. It didn't take that long for us to actually get ready to upgrade our troops as well. Okay, finally, boom. Vlandian light cavalry, Vlandian squires to Vlandian gallants. We now have over 90 cavalry. We can now go and do what needs to be done. Boom, we got our food, and look at us. Look at us. I bought some new armor because we're going to war and we're looking quite good, I have to say. And I also made a small little army so we could patrol around their areas and defend, because I couldn't make a bigger one because I didn't have enough influence. Ooh, we got Lucan going for the roaming horde. Let's have Cervic join. There's a lot of brigands appearing. I don't know what's going on, but let's help Lucan over here. We don't want the horde to be taking over. And of course we joined Lucan and charged into battle against this ravenous roaming horde, as the Templars do not stand for this pillaging that they will do, and the harm to civilians. These are sacred lands after all. And so after valiantly fighting and slaughtering these pillaging monstrous beings, I also had very little losses and very many kills. I was quite proud. But of course it's not Bannerlord unless this happens. Come on! What do you mean game crash? Look at that! What do you mean? Come on! Come on! Oh, we're this far back? We're this far back? We didn't even upgrade our troops yet? We're that far back? Let's just act like the last 5 minutes of whatever happened just didn't happen, and I will try to level up my units again, and I'll see you then. We don't even have the cool armor anymore. And so, after a short little mental breakdown and grinding back to where we were, it didn't take that long, and we were able to upgrade our units back to the cavalry, and we also got some new shining armor, arguably better than the previous. And so we run on back, and this time Guarantor Castle is under siege, and with Vermund, we attack them, because they will not take Guarantor Castle, especially not from us, the Templar brothers.
Move, soldiers! Follow your son! Horses! On me! Cavalry! Horse! Mounts! Charge!
Let's go help infantry. Oh! We had been struck by what felt like a god himself, who took 121 damage. I don't know what actually hit us. But of course, our Templar sergeants take over command, and the battle resolves itself, and of course it's a decisive victory, and we also have glorious statistics of 44 kills and only 8 deaths. Absolutely amazing work by our Templar brothers. We then took, of course, the army as prisoners and put them right into the castle they tried to siege. So now they sit in the dungeons of Guarantor Castle. We then move further up to Lagita as I see that they are under siege and they're currently being besieged by the Azarai, and one of their armies just got disbanded. So of course we're going to try to pick up some scraps and eliminate some enemy lords. Yeah, dude, easy double kill? We'll take that. After taking down these two lords, we go straight for another. And so, good luck to you, Sergios, but the Templar brothers have your name written on its paper. After clearing some of these imperial heathens, we return back to one of the major cities of Karas, where we sell off a lot of the gear that we won in the recent battles. And we also buy some well-deserved armor, this time some Teutonic Templar armor. Well befitting. Then took some time to observe the map to see what was actually happening around the world. That's kind of sick. Astra has taken Ortiza and then taken Lagata. That's actually kind of scary. Then this has been taken. Vandia took this. There's only this left now. Like Zionica, Metatus. Dude, even Sturgia is down here. What's going on? Everyone is at war with the Western Empire. I don't know. Everyone is like, the Western Empire. That is actually kind of funny. After some funny observations, we move with an army straight down to Zionica and start sieging it. It's time we take down one of these major cities for ourselves. But sadly, after building up the siege camp, peace is here. And so we return back to Vlandia with our huge army. The war is over, everybody. War is over. We got 3 castles from that though. That's crazy. 3 castles? I like that. We just have a random ass city in the middle. I mean, we don't own it, but Vlandia does. That's really funny. And that's the end of these 100 days. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you stayed till the end, leave a like and comment, maybe even subscribe. I really appreciate you. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you another time.